Thank you everyone for joining. We got the spotlight for everyone. Hopefully everyone is doing great and awesome today. And listen, we're gonna give you all a powerful impact time here. And it is gonna be we're gonna be going through some stuff quick, y'all. So you better get your notepads and get all your other stuff out, and we're gonna get rolling. We're gonna get here rolling, y'all. So thank you all for joining us today, and hopefully everyone is having a great day. And I'm just looking up here to make sure I got folks. So feel free if anybody wants to actually say where you from. You could put that in the chat. That'll be awesome. And boom, there we go. All right, cool. So we good, we good. And so thank you all for joining in. Thank you all for being a part of my AI plus automation, unlocking business grants opportunities today. And the goal is to help you all out with actually using AI to actually apply for business grants. All right. That is the goal today. Thank you, Joan, for putting that in there today. Just to let you all know that, and I'll talk about that. So we won't have the replay will be available once I upload it, probably just for today, and then it will be available for anybody that has the VIP. And then there's some people, I got a couple of people that signed up that was from different programs. So for people that have signed up for a program with me in the past, they will get the replay. So for the new people, if you haven't worked with me before on a program, then the replay will be down. It'll be available to tonight. So yeah, so let's get rolling, man. This is cool. So feel free to put in the chat. Uh, we always do this exercise, so I love to do this exercise. So put in the chat your name, your company, and then one ongoing expense that you have that if you had a grant, you would love to get that expense covered. So just so people can know what type of businesses are in here. I'll make sure I'm checking my waiting room to see if anybody else is going to be joining. Put your, how about put your industry? Put your industry and then put one expense that you want to get covered in the chat. How about let's do that? Put your industry and then put one expense that you would like to get covered with the grant that you currently possibly have um, that you are dealing with. All right. So my friend Linda Jordan, cool. All right, all right. My friend Linda Jordan, she didn't join, but hopefully she will be joining soon. Um, oh, maybe she'll get the replays. All right. So Banks Loan, Yolanda, hello. Yolanda, oh, you put your name in there. I feel like we would put your industry, because I know everybody's name. Put your industry and then one expense that you want to get covered um, by a possible grant. So, all right. So just to let you all know that, as I said before, if you worked with me before on a program, I know I have a couple of people in here that has worked with me on some different programs, like Joan, like Summer. You will actually be able to get the replay if you work with me on a program. And for the new folks, all right, new folks, yep, for the new folks, if you haven't worked with me, then we actually are offering after this a VIP session. So it's only $27. You'll get the replay. You'll be able to ask any questions that you want. You'll get a workbook from today, which I have to send to people for the VIP, and then also you'll get some AI prompts. All right, tax industry, Yolanda, what's up, Miss Mel? Thank you for joining in today. And so, if you all want to join the VIP and Like I said, it's only $27. You get the replay, you'll get the workbook for today, some AI prompts, and I'm also going to throw in 100 plus business grants. And also, so you can scan that code if you want. You probably saw it when you got the email also. But this is going to be jam packed, y'all. So we got another 50 minutes. And I want to tell you that business grants, and I know that there's some people on here that have received business grants themselves, especially Mel. How many business grants you receive, Mel? Put that in the chat. So, and feel free, Mel, to put your what we was talking about before is put your industry. And I know you have a co-working space, and you probably want to put the link to your co-working space and one expense that you want to get covered, and put one expense that you want to get covered that you have monthly with the business grant. And so all right, cool. And so business grants could help you fuel the growth of your business. It can help you cover expenses. It can help you actually get education for you as an entrepreneur for your business. It can help you hire and train people. As I received about 6 or 7 grants, mostly for my franchise, where it helps me hire and train individuals. And so the disclaimer is this, and I want to put the disclaimer out there because people keep on asking me about what's the percentage, and I'll give you all the percentages of if people win grants and things like that. And so this is a disclaimer: we do not guarantee at all. And hopefully people, you all can see that, right? You all see that screen, right? Make sure people see that, right? We do not guarantee any specific outcomes or grant approvals. While our tools and training are a guidance to people for everyone, and it should actually help you to increase your chances of winning a grant. We do not guarantee that you are going to win a grant, but the processes should help you out because we do not control the funds of a grantor. All right. And so, and results vary for many different people. Um, and what their business is, it varies in many different what people are applying for. And so we put that out there because a lot of people say, "Can you guarantee a grant?" I tell people, no, I cannot guarantee anyone that they receive a grant. Now, I could help them out with the possibilities receiving a grant, and I usually have a guarantee when I work with people saying that I will work with you until you receive a grant, right? And so this is the facts about grants. This will help people out because people get upset about they apply for a grant or they apply for one, they give up, they apply for two, they apply for three, they give up, they apply for the three, and they give up. So this was a study out from grantwatch.com, and grantwatch is one of the AI tools I'll talk about today. And so if you apply for to these places like a local grant, state government, federal, foundation, corporate grants, they say if you're a small business, this is the percentage of what you might be able to what they approve, right? So out of all the applications they receive, they actually might approve. So for local government, 25 to 50%. So this will help you out, not get upset at yourself, because just let's just take this for local governments. If 100 people have put in an application for a small business grant for a local government, they might approve only 25 of those businesses. So that means that 75 other businesses are not going to receive approval, right? And so that will help you out because so many people say, I get upset because I keep on getting a denial, but this is the facts, right? And then if you look at, state government, same things, 25 to 50%, federal government, 5 to 20%, foundations, 15 to 30%, corporate grants, 15 to 30. So what this tells you is that you have to be in the game of asking in order to receive. All right. And I'm gonna give you all some tips and some knowledge of how you could be in a game of asking and how you could actually help yourself to increase that opportunity where it's going to be you to get a grant. So today we're going to talk about how to harness AI and automation. There's probably many of you all that are using automation right now, many things in your business. It's going to help you be able to streamline the application. You probably used it before, so many different AI tools already, but I'm going to show you how you can really use them for grants and how you can actually save time and save money because you don't have to actually hire a grant writer. You can now use your time and your resources yourself to do it. So we're going to talk about how you use AI to streamline grants. How do you use intelligent matchmaking? How do you reduce your administrative burden on grants? And how do you improve your success rates? And one of the ways I tell people of it improving your success rates is really figuring out what you're really trying to do with your business and then trying to match the grant to what your business is doing. All right. Like, so for instance, I was on a call with somebody yesterday. They're looking to hire an employee for their business, their restoration business, right? Granted, I've been talking to them for a while about a grant, but now they need to hire somebody within 30 days. Now, they might be able to get a grant for hiring that person within days. They might not, right? And so as I told him before, I'll do some research, but I can't make miracles happen. So the goal is to start working on processes now and start having your information together. So then it will help you out to be more on key and successful with getting grants. So here's kind of the things you want to be thinking about, like who is out there that will possibly be able to give you a grant for your business or your organization, right? Many times we hear about, when people talk about grants, we hear nonprofits, right? A lot of nonprofits get grants, but we also need to be thinking about who else gives out grants. The government, we've seen in COVID-19, a lot of the governments and state governments, the federal government gave out grants. They are still out there. And then private foundations give out grants and for-profit entities, right? So Verizon has a grant. They give it out every single year. It's very competitive, but they're a for-profit entity giving out a grant, right? There's private foundations that actually will set up opportunities for to help people out with grants also, right? And so you should be thinking about what things I need. That's why I say think about the expenses that you need and you might get covered. Then you have to kind of match that grant to what you're looking for, right? And so here are some things that I tell people be thinking about for your business. Leasehold improvements, employee hiring and training, business services and education. A lot of times we're spending money on coaches. We're spending money on maybe it's a software. Maybe we need people trained on something and we know that there's a cost. We might not do that training, or we might not think about, can I figure out how I get this training paid by somebody else, right? So I'll give an example, right? We wanted to do a mastermind program for our franchise business. The cost was $20,000 over 12 months. We received a grant of $10,000 to cover the 50% cost. Now, it took time for us to get that process going, but if you plan it out the right way and if you could wait, sometimes it will work into your benefit. And then sometimes you could tap into some leasehold expenses also, right? Just to give you an idea, for the people that have employees, there is a cost, right? There is a cost to training and keep and hiring people, right? So this is an example is that if you pay somebody $20 an hour during that training, it might cost you about $25 an hour while you're training that person because that person does not know their job fully. So even though you might say, hey, you know what, I'm paying this person whatever, 10, 15, $20 an hour, there is a training course because that person is not at 80% proficiency of their job. So if you are looking to hire and if you hire employees, this might be one of the places you want to think about obtaining a grant. So usually workforce development grants, they are usually have ongoing funds to train people. There's also where you sometimes a workforce development grants, you can get a intern, they call them not intern, but work experience, and they pay the person, right? And so sometimes I can tell you from my past experience, it does take time. They usually are not quick and fast, these grants, and most of them are reimbursement grants. But if I'm paying out, let's just say I'm spending $500 a week on someone that I just hired, and I could get 50 or 75% or 100% of that money back, then I could actually bring that money back into my business and use it for something else. So here's my smart success system. You all can take a picture of it if you want. I tell people you want to be smart when you're looking at grants, right? What is the strategic alignment that that grant might assist you with? And some grants might not be strategically aligned with you, right? So, like I sent Summer a grant for the owner of her business, and then I looked at the details and like, oh, they don't take franchises, right? And so that's not something that we apply. So that was my boo boo. But for other people, that's not a franchise. It might be, I think, an American Express grant. Then you want to measure. You want to measure like you need to figure out how much time it's going to take me to apply for this grant, or is it worth it? Maybe it might take more time of doing paperwork, in which it depends on the entity. And then you want to say, listen, I want to move to the application phase. That's where you could be using AI to help you write it, and we're going to do an application right in front of you all. We will show you how to do it, and then we want to look at results. Right? What is the results? What's the feedback that we receive for the grant? Did we get a yes? Did we get a no? Sometimes we could go and ask people if they have that opportunity to give us feedback. And then the next step is tracking a grant, and then time to execution, right? Then taking the tracking the information. Maybe there's reports. Maybe we want to make sure that we're actually getting the funding in and following up. And so there's a gentleman that I just recently helped. He owns a sober living facility in New England, and he talked about it was navigating the grant application was very daunting for him. He had most of the information to fill out for the grant process, but he just didn't have the understanding of how to answer the questions and things like that. And so I worked with him. We used some AI tools. We filled out the application, and he received a 12-month grant contract. We call it a grant contract. That's how they gave it to him to actually pay for people that stay in the sober living house. All right. So here's a couple of AI tools we're going to actually dive into. Everybody, a lot of people know ChatGPT, right? Everybody, how many people use ChatGPT? If you use, I think everybody probably use ChatGPT. People probably have experience with Google AI, and sometimes I'm gonna show you all Notebook LM also. All right. So people have experience with that. So let's get up. Well, first of all, um, does everybody have a Hello Skip account by any chance? If you don't have one, just say I don't have one. Does everybody have a Hello? I do. All right, cool. So we're gonna go on a Hello Skip, and I am gonna show you all what you could do. All right, people do. All right, yes. What you could do. And Hello Skip, if you have a paid version of it, so I'm gonna open up ChatGPT, and you all can, if you want, open up ChatGPT also. And all right. And so if you go to Hello Skip has a grant they give out. Yes, I'm interested in. So December 12th, tomorrow at 3 p.m., they usually give out $1,000 grant. Yes, I'm gonna just all right. So if I go here, it's already asking me to complete the application, right? So if I click on complete application, I already have information in Hello Skip about a business or whatever. It's very generic, right? And so if you have the paid version of Hello Skip, it can help you use the AI. But what you can do is you can say, go in here, right? I could copy this. Say, for instance, I have no information in in a grant application. I could copy this, the question, and I go back to Chat GBT, and I'm starting to do chat, and I could say, um, what you want to do with Chat GBT. You want to tell it what you want it to be, so it can help you out. So you want to say, I want you, let's put here, I want you to be a grant writer that has 20 years of experience. Um, and I need your help to fill out a grant, right? So when you enter it, because you want to tell it what, almost like what position you want it to function as. So if you were doing marketing, you say, I want you to be a marketing guru with 20, 30 years of experience. And of course, it's going to say, all right, so before we jump in, which grant are you applying for? So it already prompts you and asks you questions. The other thing I'm thinking about doing myself is making a custom grant prompt and sharing it with people for free. I haven't developed that yet, but that's what the goal is. So it's already saying which grant are you applying for. So what you could do here, you could go and just copy the link. It might be able to pull information in here, but I'm gonna say I am applying. And you all could be doing this right when I'm doing. I am applying for the Hello Skip grant, and then you might want to put the link in there too, right? And then you enter and you see what comes back, right? So it already tells you this is the skip grant, it's $1,000. What you need from the beginning, it already asks you, you know, what's your business information, what's your business background, um, you know, current status, and what you could do with Chat GBT, you could keep on using the same chat to apply for grants. Because then once it knows about your business, you should be using the same chat over and over and over again, right? Using that same chat. Because you could go back here and you could, just like I have, you know, see all these chats down here. I have all these chats that have names. You could go back to that same chat and keep on putting in the information, right? So it's gonna ask me for my business name. So I could just say, I'm gonna make up a business name here, right? So I'm gonna say, I am a hair salon located in let's see, let me put Salt Lake City, Utah. And I service all types of hair, and our name is I'm gonna just say Beauty Today, right? Right, and once you start feeding the AI system, it's going to start helping you out, right? So it says, you know, it already starts helping, you know, it asks you for your years in business. It's already asking you how will you use the grant, right? And what you could, it starts doing, I would say here is that I am going to say we have been in business since 2022, and we want to use the grant for let me see equipment, right? So the goal is to help you. Of course, you're gonna have to change this stuff once you copy and paste it, right? And so here, business description. Beauty Today is a full service hair salon. I'm gonna go in here and copy it. And I'm not gonna save the answer because I already have a saved answer. And then I will go in here and see if it matches what I'm trying to talk about, right? If it doesn't, I would change it. The other thing you need to watch out for, because some of the AI tools, if you see a dash, let me see, a dash like this, if you see a dash like that, you want to take it out. Because if you put that dash in here, it already knows that it's ChatGPT. All right. And then it might kick out saying that you keep on using AI. So you want to take the dash out. I don't see any dashes here, but the biggest thing you do, how do you help customers with your product or service? Some of it is in here already. And you can say, I want you to answer this question for me. Right. And when you hit enter, it's going to answer that question for you. At Beauty Today, we help our customers by providing professional, high quality hair care for all hair types and textures. We create an uplifting environment. And so you could use this, or say, for instance, you don't like it, right? I tell ChatGPT, hey, this is too high level for me. Can you put this into a fifth grade language? Right? Because after a while, you want to make sure that it sounds like you. The other thing you can do, you can upload things you've written before, right? And so it just breaks it down. Beauty's Day will help our customers by taking care of hair, making them feel good about. So it breaks the language down so people know it's not AI writing it all the time. And so you can just copy and paste, right? And what you could do also, what's good about Skip, hello Skip, it says it's a good match or not, right? And so you could just continuously copy and paste and say, please answer this question. And once you have done a number of these grants, it remembers all your information. All right. And you just want to go back to the chat. See, if we receive this grant, we use the money to buy new salon equipment. This will help us take better care of our customers. And you just copy and paste it. Is that good? Is that helpful, y'all? If this is good, put a one in the comment section. If this is good, right? So you want to go back and reuse the chat over and over and over again, right? Thank you. Over the same chat over and over again. So this is just the instant grant. Now with chat with Hello Skip, when you're ready to hit submit, you just hit submit. When you think it's ready, it's not a lot of questions here. The other thing you want to do when you apply for $1,000 grant with Hello Skip, you also need to check in. So I know some people have it. You need to check in. Even if you're not on their YouTube live, you can still hit check in. You don't have to be on a live, and then it tells you how much you could possibly win. So I'm gonna go back here on the dashboard. Yep, I don't want to do save. I don't want to save anything. So then what you could do, I don't want to complete application. I'll go back. All right. So let's go back here and see if there's some more grants because I'm gonna show you some more stuff here. And feel free if you all have any questions, pop them in the chat while I'm searching here and looking for some more grants. So Skip has some Insta grants. The other thing you do with Hello Skip, you want to have your page and put a logo up there. So if you don't have a logo with your business, you want to have a logo and you want to have like a bio there. So let's go look at some other grants. Let's see if I can find some other grants that might be easy to apply. Let's go. All right, let's go to this veteran's spouse. So I don't know if we can apply inside. Oh, you can apply inside here. So you can apply if you have I think I still have a plus account. So you can apply right in here. But what I usually tell people, if you have a free account, what you could do is copy and go to Google and paste what the business grant is. I think this is here the Heroes grant, Hiring Heroes grant, right? So you go here, you click on it. That's the other thing you could do too, right? I'm gonna show you. I'm not gonna go into it yet. I'm gonna copy the link. I'm gonna go back to ChatGPT and I'm gonna say, hello, I am applying for this grant and I need your grant writing help again, right? Because I already trained it. I put the link in there, and then of course it's gonna prompt me again. It says, "Oh, this grant is Hiring Heroes grant. It's a competitive funding opportunity that awards 5 veteran and military spouse owned small businesses a one-time cash grant, 4 awards of 10,000 and one grand prize of 25,000." The other thing you could be using ChatGPT for is take the link for a grant you want to apply for and pop it in there, and then it will extrapolate the summary instead of you don't even have to read all the stuff, right? And then it says here applications closed December 15th, grants awarded in spring 2026. So, say for instance, you say, "Hey, you know what? I can't wait to spring 2026 to hear from this grant. Maybe this is a grant that I don't want to apply for." Right. But if you're a veteran or a military spouse, this might be something that you can apply for. I just received a a grant from a military foundation organization for being an entrepreneur. So what you could do is this is from FedEx Founders Fund. So if I click apply, it's probably going to ask me to fill out some information, right? And so what you would do is just answer these questions. And that's why I like business grants sometimes because they are not that intensive with the writing. And it's like answer questions. So are you 51% ownership? Are you in a 48 state? Yes. Are you for profit business? Does your business have 3 to 20 employees? Are you a veteran? Yes. I'm gonna just click yes for all the stuff here. Right. You answer the questions. Right. And then you hit next, and then it takes you to fill out some more information. So this stuff is just basic information. It's probably not going to let me go to the next thing until I fill out all the information, but I'm just going to fill it out also. Let's just put some of the stuff here and see if it lets me go to the next field. Right. Let me see if it lets me go to the next date. Business establish. Oops. I'll put 06. I'm bam. I'm gonna just put see if it lets me go to the next stage where we see what's gonna ask us questions. It has a lot of questions here. We'll see. I'm just gonna put here. I'm gonna just do it as a dummy thing and see if it works. Three, three. And let's see if it allows me to go to the next page because just want to show you there was a problem. Let's see what the problem is here. See, you don't like my info at my whatever. So I'm gonna do info at cancer.com. I just want to show you once you get past somewhere and you fill it out. See, there was another error. Oh, see, I'm trying to put my email. Bam. So I like business grants. There's another error. Come on. Why you don't want to use this one? Oh, HTT. See? HTTP. So I want to get to the questions. That's what I want to get to. Right. So once I get past this era, see, and it says describe your business. See this one, describe your business, including but not limited your history. So if you already have that in Chat GBT, you just go back here and say, please answer this question for me. Right. And then because you've been training that Chat GBT, is gonna answer that question for you. And then you could take a look at it and say, do I want to keep it? I'm just gonna copy and paste it, right? And then you go back here and you just paste it. And then you could edit it. And then once again, you could copy and paste the question. Please answer the question. Now, I tell people you want to do an edit. You want to do an edit. You want to go through this and make sure it sounds like your business. It sounds like what you wanted to say and how you say it. But it even answered the question about COVID, right? During and after COVID, many customers were nervous about going to salons. We adapted by keeping our space extra clean, staying flexible for appointments. All right. And you can just copy and paste. I'm not going to do the whole thing, but I'm going to show you this is what you could actually start training the Chat GBT AI. And you don't have to have the paid version. I think it's $20 a month for the paid version of Chat GBT. You can use the free version. Now, it might limit you how many times you ask it, but that is a way that you could train your Chat GBT AI. All right. All right. Anybody else want me to show them something else in Chat GBT before I show you Google Alerts, in which I think I've shown that to a lot of people. But if you go to google.com, this is my other AI. Some people didn't know it was AI before it was AI. And I'll put this in the chat. So you have googlealerts.com. And so what you could do with Google Alerts is be very is reduce the time that you spend on searching for grants. All right. And so what you could do is set up alerts so it automatically searches Google to actually help you to look for grants. So of course I have a bunch of Google alerts here just set up already, but if I was in, let's say if I was in Los Angeles, right? Um and my business is in Los Angeles, I would put Los Angeles small business grants. Or I would just let me just take small out. Business grants. And then I always put the year because I wanted to run active grants, put the year, and then you could put, I'm gonna show you these options here. So the options could be you want to email once a day, or you can have it once a week. Where do you want it from? All the sources. I say all the sources. Language, English, any region is fine. I want the best results, or you could get all results too, but I want the best results and I want to deliver it to an email, right? So when you click on the alert, this alert will email you. It will email you as many times as you want. So as we go back here, you could say I want it as it happens, and it just does searches for you. And then when it comes to your email, it says here, well, hey, hello, Wells Fargo supporting Los Angeles families. You could kind of look and see are these business grants that I want to apply for, and then you could, if you click on them when you get them in your email, you can say, let me take a look at it. Does this make sense to apply for? Right. And I tell people if it looks like something you want to apply for, you should have like a tracking sheet. You should be on some of the people I've given you all tracking sheets. You have a tracking sheet and you take the take the link and put it in there, and then you could actually keep track of it. So that's kind of like the Google alerts. All right. Anyone have any questions? I'm gonna show you on Notebook LM real quick. Anybody questions about Google alerts? You all should be using that. You can use it for so many things. Notebook LM Google. This is another AI tool you can use. And I've used it to actually help me. It kind of keeps sources. So let's see. Let's create a new one. Let's see here. Actually, let's see. I think I have some stuff in here already. So let me go to the one I have and show you what I have already. So I already have things in here. Let's see. Let me see what I want to click on. Right. So I could set up in Notebook LM an entire resource of information that helps me over and over and over again. Right. So up here to the right, you can have an audio overview, video overview, mind mapping stuff, reports, flashcards, all quiz, all types of stuff, right? And so what you could do with Notebook LM is you could add your sources. So like say for instance, you want to, and I'm gonna just go here and put hello skip .com, right? So I want to add this source. And then I'm gonna go back to hiring heroes and add this source because maybe I want to actually make sure um so about HelloSkip. So besides asking you about, fast research, you can put in here, all right, you're not gonna allow me to do no more websites, man. Come on. Let's do a new source. I want to do a new source. You're not gonna let me do a new source? All right, I see how you are. Well, I guess you got to import. Let me import it first. All right, there we go. I guess it wants you to import it. And then I'm gonna put the hiring heroes grant. And so what it does, it pulls in the sources here, and then I can actually start doing some stuff. Maybe I wanted to, can you review these sources and tell me what is the best grant I should apply for? And I'll put the link for Notebook LM in there for you all too. It's a Google. I'm gonna put this in the chat. So there's a couple of I put the link in there that you can actually take a test at Notebook LM. Now, Notebook LM is a little bit more in depth because now you got to feed it sources, and then it will actually start working, as you can say, distilling data, finding connections, um, and it will look at all of the sources together. So it might be where you take a bunch of links for grants that you're interested in, put them in, add the source in Notebook LM, and then you put some information about your business and see if your business, right? If your business is uh can be a match, or should it be something that you should be looking at. So as you're looking at, it says based on the provided sources, it is not possible to recommend a single best grant for you without knowing your specific background, right? So I would have to put some more information in there. However, the documents identify three distinct funding opportunities, and it goes through that. So what you would have to do is then go and say what type of business I am. So let's use that hair salon. I am a hair salon in Salt Lake City, and I am a veteran and woman own owner. Can I apply for this grant? Right. So you could actually take a bunch of grants and then put those links into Notebook LM, and then have it actually search to see if this is something that I should apply for or not. Right. Um, and that can be helpful, right? Because I know a lot of people say, well, which grant should I apply for? Which one would I be eligible for? And people try to figure out like which one um, that you should apply for. And this is one of the ways that you can actually use Notebook LM. Now, Notebook LM is a little bit more high level than ChatGPT, but it could be something that you could continuously work on. And let's see what it says here. And it says, yeah, yes, based on your profile as a veteran woman owned hair salon, you are eligible for the Pacific's high value grant identifying the previous responses. And it talks about the best matches. And it says you should apply for the 2026 why you qualify. So it already tells you why you qualify. Potential award. It also says you can use Skip platform to find additional grants, local opportunities, corporate grant. So that's one of the ways that you can use Notebook LM. Now, I can say it's you got to train it. It's not like ChatGPT now, but you got to train it. Now, it might be you might want to put a bunch of sources. Like it might be you're working on something for your business, and let's not even talk about grants. And you upload all those sources. Maybe it's documents. Maybe it's a SOP. Maybe it's something you're trying to figure out, and you upload it into Notebook LM, and then you ask Notebook LM to help you solve something with that. The other thing which is cool about Notebook LM, you can actually take content and make it into like a podcast, which is cool, right? So, um, I think let's see if there's an audio overview. Right, it will actually generate audio for you. It generates slide decks and things like that. So you can actually take writing, and then it can make it audio. It can make a video. It can do mind maps. It can do quizzes for you all. All right. So hopefully that helps. So that's good. That's a new AI. I don't know if anybody uses Notebook LM by any chance. Anybody using Notebook LM, or is that one new for people? Is new. All right. Anybody using Notebook LM? New. All right. Cool. Cool. Well, it could be something that you all might want to put in your repertoire. And it has many things like right now. See, it's doing a whole like general audio overview. Some people use it to actually you can make a podcast for you. So you can actually take documents, or you could take writing, upload it, and then you can say create me audio, and it can make you a podcast, right? And so I took a document of information, and it actually has two people talking about the stuff that I have written in my document, right? So yeah, it's kind of cool. So that's Notebook LM. let's go back here to Hello Skip. I always tell people I like Hello Skip because you can actually pops in grants for you. And so, as I said before, if you don't have a business page, you can go on here and click on business page and set up your business page. Also, now with Skip, you can actually put products and services, and that's another way that they've been trying to um, say, hey, you know what? You're looking for a grant from us, you know, put some information about your business here, right? So, all right, let's go back to ChatGPT. Let's go back to ChatGPT. So, and I'll give you all this. Let me see if I can find. I might have to stop sharing, and then I'm gonna share with you all and give you all this this list of grants. Now, some of these grants might not be applicable to you. And while I am finding this grant list, anyone has any questions, feel free to put it in the chat. Mute yourself because what we got? We got about 9 minutes left. Feel free if you have a question, put it in the chat, or you can mute yourself. And I'm gonna share with you all what else you could do with ChatGPT if you have a list of grants, or somebody shares with you a bunch of grants. All right. So I'm gonna share this with you all. Nobody has any questions? Come on, you all gotta have some questions now. Copy. All right. I'm gonna share this with you all. You could have this list of grants. So what you could do also in ChatGPT, no, I can't do the link. I need to download this. So let me download. You have been very detailed. Thank you, Miss Joe. Uh, all right. So I'm gonna show you all what you can do in ChatGPT if you have a list of grants. So what you could do in ChatGPT, go back to ChatGPT, hit the plus sign, and I clicked on upload, and I'm gonna upload the grant list that I just shared with you all. Feel free to download it yourself. And I could put in here, can you please review this grant list and let me know which ones I might, maybe not might, which ones I should apply for. Now we'll see what it says, right? We'll see what it says, right? Now if we fed, a bunch of information into it, if it knows my business, if I've been using the chat, and then I could pop some information in here, right? It should actually pop and say, hey, these might be strong fits for your business. All right. Skip Grant, NACE Grant. I'm surprised why I said that, the NACE Grant, but Verizon Grant, FedEx Grant. And it says this is the only first set of grants in your spreadsheet. If you want me to go through the entire list, I could pull it in rows and create. So a list of grants you qualify for. So then it actually you could go into more deeper and get ChatGPT to go deeper for you. All right. And so you could go deeper. All right. And so um you go deeper. So do you want me to review the entire spreadsheet or category? I'm not gonna, so you can go deeper. Let's see here. Let's see if you want tell me the top 10 grants I should apply for. Right. So what it's gonna help you to do is now it becomes your kind of like your grant check-in, your grant research, your grant writer. Right. I just said, give me the top 10 grants I should apply for. Right. It tells me all the, now some of them might not be applicable if I'm not in California, probably not, if I'm not Black or Latino small business owner, if I'm not in Salt Lake, and if I'm not in Utah, then I'm not going to apply for that. Right. And then bonus grants you could qualify for in 2026. And then it'll tell you it might have some more. So I would say use these AI tools for your benefit to help you out to actually apply for grants and cut down on the time that you're actually looking for grants and want to apply for grants. So I know we got 5 more minutes and I'm gonna take some questions and then I know anyone that has done the VIP, they can stay on and then we can answer some more questions. So let me take this down and see if anybody has any questions. If anybody wants me to go over something else again, let me know. And so this is your time. So feel free, y'all, if you want to ask me some questions, and I am going to